What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about the top 5 short squeeze stocks that you need to add to your watch list going into this upcoming week. So I'm going to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with stock number 5, although not in any particular order, ticker is TE, sitting at 364. Over the last 1 year, it is up 277%, and then over the last 1 month alone, up 86%. A lot of good information here, such as market cap, so 613. But what they do, this is the company profile, so electrical components and equipment based out of Austin, Texas. But right now, 10.12% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 9.9 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average 3.02, so kind of on the low end, and plus that's an annual rate, not a daily rate, so just be aware of that. But DTC is sitting at 4.38 days, so that does signal that shorts are very overextended with this stock, and that's actually why I create my list. So I like to find stocks that have some good pre-existing momentum and shorts just being overextended. So DTC does factor in the average volume for the stock in comparison to number of shares being shorted. Short score is 69, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening. And then through IBKR, it does indicate about 1.2 million shares is available to be shorted. So sometimes if you see a stock get limited supply, you could see some buying. In this case, I don't really see that occurring all that much, but in some of the other cases, definitely is a possibility. So this one, add that to your watch list. Moving on to the next one, ticker is CRML, sitting at 14.98. Over the last 1 year, up 123%, and then over the last 1 month, up 152%. So crazy stuff. Market cap 1.57 billion. This is what they do. So diversified metals and mining, and it is based out of the British Virgin Islands. And so of course with Trump's big announcement on Friday, and just clearly the geopolitical issues between China and the States, it does create a certain demand. So this is why the stock has been doing kind of good lately, but 12.3% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 5.5 million shares overall being shorted. Cost to borrow average sitting at 26.97. So despite the price action really moving higher, you see shorts massively doubling down. So for instance, throwing it all the way back to June. So in June, the short interest was about 2.47%. So definitely has gone tenfold since then. Short score 74.03, and then through IBKR, it does indicate 150,000 shares is available to be shorted. So even though it is limited supply, cost to borrow average isn't crazy. So through IBKR, for instance, is 21.6. So you might be seeing some buying, but again, it might not be worthwhile for a lot of the bigger names such as BlackRock, Vanguard, and so forth, because they're kind of the ones that like to buy stocks just to lend out. So again, regardless, the stock does have a lot of good pre-existing momentum and should do very well. Plus, shorts are very overextended. So add this one to your watch list. Moving on to the next stock, QMMM. So it's sitting at $119 and change over the last 1 year, up a very impressive 1,774%. Over the last 5 days, up 25%. So doing fairly well for this. Market cap 6.8 billion. This is what they do. So advertising, founded in 2022. Based out of Hong Kong. Right now, 10.67% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 4.3 million shares overall being shorted. Cost to borrow average 59.8. Short score, again, higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening, is sitting at 75.8. And then through IBKR, it does indicate roughly around 35,000 shares is available. So definitely could be seeing some buying going into this upcoming week because the cost to borrow is kind of on the high end. So add this stock to your watch list as well. Moving on to the next one, ticker is BURU. So sitting at 48 cents. Over the last 1 year, it is down 53%. And then over the last 1 month, up 234%. So when this stock was roughly around 30 cents or kind of the high 20s, it was actually on this list right before it did spike to about 78 cents or whatever the high was. $1.60 possibly. But nonetheless, this is why I do have this list, because stocks have good pre-existing momentum, and in many cases, shorts are overextended. So again, add all these ones to your watch list. This is what they do. So industrial machinery and supplies and components. 8 employees, founded in the States. Right now, 45.27% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 34.4 million shares overall being shorted. Cost to borrow is kind of on the low end, so average being 13.5, DTC 0.41 days. Shorts have massively doubled down. So it went from about 3% short interest in August to a all-time high short interest right now, which is again 45.2%. So crazy stuff. Short score 71.7. And then through IBKR, it does indicate about 4.5 million shares is available to be shorted. So most likely you won't be seeing any buying, because that is a sufficient amount. So again, add this stock to your watch list. And last but not least, you have ticker ELBM sitting at $1.65. Over the last 1 year, not doing all that great. It is down 32.3%. But over the last 1 month, it is up 91.6%. Went down with the broader market on Friday, so it went down 12.7%. But after hours, it seems to have redeemed itself a little bit, so up 7.88%. This is what they do right down here. So diversified metals and mining, based out of good old Toronto, Canada. And about 20.51% of the free float is being shorted. Works to be 3.6 million shares. Cost to borrow average is crazy high, 501.18%. You can see that shorts have doubled and tripled down. So back in June, short interest was about 0.19%. So we are sitting at all-time high short interest numbers. DTC sitting at 2.69. So again, shorts definitely are overextended with this stock. Short score 84.3, so very high stuff. And then ultimately, one thing I do want to draw to your attention, there isn't any naked shorting happening, but it does show as well that shorts are extremely overextended, because shares on loan sitting at 3.84 million. Number of shares being shorted is 3.63. So very close. So most likely you'll see some pinch coming from shorts, possibly going into this upcoming week. One thing to take note of though is that there is only 300 lonely shares available to be shorted. So definitely you could be seeing some buying going into this upcoming week, as big money will love to take advantage of this. And so yeah, add all these stocks to your watch list. Hopefully everyone has had a amazing weekend. So even though the sentiment over the weekend hasn't been all that great, I do feel like there is a lot of good opportunity among these stocks to definitely outperform the broader market. So let me know your thoughts. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. I put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.